Pepe Le Pew. A character that makes some people cringe, some people laugh, and some people viscerally angry. A divisive character, to say the least. And this divisive attitude towards the character was at its most heightened state in early 2021. That's when the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures showcased a slideshow named Women in US Animation that showed various cartoons that displayed imagery that implies sexual assault. One of the characters included was Pepe Le Pew. In March 2021, due to controversy surrounding the character, Pepe Le Pew was reported to be removed from modern Warner Brothers. But there's a little more to that story. According to Deadline, this move was not in response to a widely circulated March 3rd New York Times opinion piece by the columnist Charles M. Blow that called attention to Pepe Le Pew for normalizing culture, specifically. Ew. This also occurred around the same time as the slideshow. The scene that was dropped from Warner Brothers' Space Jam 2 actually sees Pepe hitting on a human, played by Grace Santo, who slaps the skunk in retaliation and pours a drink on him, based. And then LeBron James would swoop in and teach about the magic of consent, and shoot a few hoops in the process. This was scratched probably due to not fitting the whole tone of the rest of the movie, plus Pepe's infamy as a creepy weirdo. You know, Pepe's entire presence and gags on Looney Tunes always felt like a total tone shift from the rest of the show. Well, today I wanted to take another look at Pepe Le Pew and see if he actually deserved the attribute of perpetuating culture. Also, how people have reacted to this cancellation, as well as if this cancellation even happened. Spoiler, it didn't really. The episode I want to take a look at is an episode from the Merry Melody short For Sentimental Reasons, which aired in November of 1949. That's a heck of a long time ago. How could I compare the theming and presentation of a cartoon from the 40s with the standards of today? Easy. You just do it. But seriously, writers both for traditional screenplays and animated productions work to communicate a story through visuals, dialogue, and camera angles. And through that presentation, lessons can be communicated between the writers and the audience, sometimes through subtext, other times through surface level text. This is something that has remained consistent within entertainment itself. I mean, this dates back all the way to caveman paintings and the stories they portrayed. And while I can understand the social context this work of art was created in, one in which women were still seen as the property of their husbands, one in which the civil rights movement had not reached its height yet, and one that saw women constantly fighting for equal rights that matched their white male counterparts. Cough cough, they still are. Ew. But let's see what evident messages the writers are trying to communicate alongside their visual slapstick comedy. While checking out the cologne at a local French shop, Le Pew stinks up the entire ground floor. Damn, that nigga is odious.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
And in the midst of the foul insurgency, the owner realizes he's going to be bankrupt. But that's when Penelope Pussycat wanders into the wrong place at the wrong time. She's thrown in to handle the skunk situation, and some spilled paint redesigns her coat for the worse.
Milo!
Immediately, Le Pew locks the door and begins grabbing hold of her, smooching her as she desperately tries to get away.
Ah, my little darling, it is love at first sight, is it not? No? Do not come with me to the Casbah. We shall make beautiful music together right here.
Le Pew says this in response to the escape plan.
The time is up. Dainty or not, we continue with the wooing.
So this goes on until Penelope finds a way inside a glass case away from the skunk stalker.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And it isn't long before Le Pew demands for her to come out. Because if you didn't know, in the 40s, women were the property of both their husbands and any other man who wished to pursue them romantically. Le Pew is fucking pleading with her to come out and give him some FaceTime and maybe a little bit more. It's only after being told over and over that he decides to take the pussy pleading to a whole new level. He pulls out a fucking gun.
What?
Threatening suicide to the thing that he just met less than 5 minutes ago. What's this man on, other than the fucking fumes blasting out of his ass? After raising Penelope's heartbeat to an undesirable degree, he actually uses the weapon.
I missed, fortunately for you.
Luckily for us, it's just a fake out.
Fortunately for you.
No harm, no foul, right? Time out. What a horrible thing to do. This is straight incel shit right here. This is like textbook manipulation. Do not threaten to endgame yourself because someone you're romantically interested in won't take you as a partner. Ask for help. Work on yourself. Take a few deep breaths because this isn't it. And I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but this won't be the thing that has someone suddenly fall in love with you. That's not how love works, and this is not what love produces.
Fortunately for you.
Your life is not worth the momentary heartbreak or lack of getting the thing that you think you most desire. Anyway, the comedic music continues playing as you watch this cheerful skunk chase after this cat that's in mid-fight or flight. I personally think this music is a little bit more fitting. And now it's Penelope's turn to attempt a last-ditch effort to escape. And Le Pew says this.
What is this? Oh, but of course, this little one wished to commit suicide to prove her love for me. What a sweet gesture.
What was supposed to be a one-person getaway turns into a dreadful extension to the chase. Le Pew falls into a small barrel of paint, and Penelope finds herself in the deep end of a gin barrel. Leave it to the French to leave their alcohol just open anywhere. And after getting fucked up, Penelope is super down for Le Pew now.
Pardon, Mama, but have you seen a beautiful young lady skunk? Where are you, Pigeon? I am looking somewhere to find you. You, Rabbit, where are you?
And look at that, all it took was a little intoxication to get the thing that Le Pew really wanted. Wait, what's that called again? When you take advantage of someone because they were in an intoxicated state? Can't remember. We then see a reverse of the situation that had just transpired.
Oh, it is you again. What can I do to help you? Hey. Why do you like the? Oh no.
This is kind of dark, right? Especially for like a kid's cartoon. Almost inappropriate. Just a little, just a smidgen, right? Well, the Academy didn't think so, because this won the Academy Award for Best Animated Short in 1949. Let's fucking go! This one is for my wife, my daughters, and all the women across the world. Quite frankly, this is just such an odd addition to the Looney Tunes cast of shenanigans, especially alongside like characters like Bugs Bunny. At the same time, he was doing shit like this.
What the fuck?
So yeah, that was a short for Pepe Le Pew. And sure, this is one of many shorts that feature this character, but this is essentially him in each and every one of them. These are the jokes that are made in most, if not all, of the shorts that involve him. This is the vibe you're getting from the poopy, stinky content this mammal provides, and this is what the mammal who co-created him had to say about Le Pew and his presence in the 21st century. According to this article on The Real Rundown, written by Coriander Boulard, they cite some excerpts from Chuck Jones's autobiography. The first describes Jones's feelings on Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew presented no problem to me. I needed his self-assurance, his absolute certainty of his male desirability, his calm self-assurance, his logical interpretation of any female peccadillo as simply a loving way to convey her love for him. Boulard breaks this down saying, so we can take this to mean that Pepe has no concept of the fact that there are women who would not be attracted to him. He feels they all adore him, so pushing back and running away are traits Pepe sees as signs of affection. Uh-oh is right. Pepe sees stop signs as an express lane. Pepe sees a thumbs down as 2 thumbs up and a golden buzzer from America's Got Talent. Pepe sees a girl who actually wants to get freaky with him the same way I see Pepe Le Pew, a creepy, stinky weirdo. Back in the excerpts, Jones writes, so Pepe was not a recognition in myself of his wonderful attributes, but an absolute recognition in myself of the absence of those traits. I needed Pepe in the same way that I needed Bugs. In my high school, I was not only a wimp, I was a wimp nerd nebbish. I was 6'1" and weighed 132 pounds. I was transparent to the other sex. Girls could look through me to admire other boys. One, shut the fuck up, you're 6'1", get over it. But no, this guy decided to create an entire universe where this character that embodied the swag he always wanted could trap girls in a room and he could have his way with them. Uh-oh, was, is, and always will be right when discussing Pepe Le Pew. And of course, the joke in these shorts is that Pepe fails despite his devious intentions. Like this person said, I think people miss the point of the character. Yeah, he was a pervy Frenchman, but his attempts at forcing himself on a woman failed because it was always a fucking cat with paint on her, and she was repulsed because he was a skunk. That's the joke. Well, I agree with the response that was made to this. I get the joke. It's just not particularly funny. And I saw this sentiment on a few other boys that discussed this whole issue, such as this comment here. Good riddance. And this one. It is one joke, repeated over and over again. Wait, is this why conservatives love him? Because they only have one joke for everything? Or this one. Not actively using Pepe Le Pew anymore is not erasing him. Stop framing it like an assault on some fictional character's right to exist. And you can't forget this one. This was so effing back when, it always made me feel uncomfortable. And lastly, this one. I always felt so bad for that poor cat. You and me both, friend. You and me both. Overall, I think it's clear to see the message the writers were going for and how it affected the audiences that grew up with those messages. This was so effing back when, it always made me feel uncomfortable. And also, Pepe isn't gone. He isn't cancelled. You can still watch him in old shorts since, as Bullard mentioned in the article, Warner Brothers has been slowly releasing all of the cartoons uncensored onto DVDs and Blu-rays for years. And HBO Max has the 1948 short Order of the Day, along with a bunch of other older cartoons that feature that character. They're not gone. They're still making capital off of him. They're still allowing those episodes to be viewed by whoever the fuck wants to see them. I mean, is it a cancellation if it still makes a profit for the company? So, do I think this character could work with an alteration to his personality and presentation and a change in tone and theming for the shorts? Yes. Maybe. Well, honestly, this comment sums up a possible alternative for a womanizing character like this. Pepe can still be a womanizer without the stalking and harassing. Just make sure that his schemes never work, that they always end with him being the butt of the joke, and give the ladies that he is pursuing more sentience. And maybe we can change this to be more geared towards adults and older teenagers instead of literal children. Taking this avenue with the shorts could be really interesting as well. It could provide commentary on the creepy loser men who look up to Pepe as some sort of martyr, because even they deserve representation too. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Be healthy, be happy, be kind to someone. I'll see you later. Bye.